to show you my nail polish collection and storage tips. And I actually filmed this video a while ago, but the intro is gone. Like, I don't know where it went. It's just missing. So I wanted to bring this to you today, and it's basically a video to kind of help you guys, whether you have 2 nail polishes or whether you have 2 million polishes. What's important is keeping them and storing them safely so that A, you can find them when you need them. B, you really get the longevity out of them so that they'll last a long time, they're not going to go bad. And then C, so you can always have them readily available and they're just kind of neat and organized. So this is just how I store my nail polishes. If you guys have other tips or other tricks for storing nail polishes that maybe I didn't think of, then let me know. Also, I just turned mine upside down to like rotate them, which I'll show you in the video. But if you guys have other tips or other tricks for really keeping nail polishes intact and, you know, keeping the longevity of them and making them last longer, let me know your thoughts, because I just keep mine in a dark, cool place that's out of the sun. Whoop-de-doo. But this is my storage technique. This is kind of what I do. And then this is basically how I do my best to store them and keep them safe and organize them by color. So again, if you guys have any other tips, any other tricks, please be sure to let me know what they are, and it would really help me and help everyone else too. Maybe there's something that you guys know, like I've heard of egg cartons. You never know. I will get into showing you kind of what I know, and I hope that you guys enjoy. So this is what they're like when they're all pulled out. As you guys can see, they're like these acrylic sets, and they're meant to be mounted to a wall, but the problem is I don't have a wall that can mount them. So like I said, I actually store them over here, because this is behind it is like my makeup stuff. So I store them just next to my makeup stuff, and they kind of stand up and I can just kind of like pull them out, but I'll show you that at the end. But I think this is a great idea. Like I said, I just got mine from eBay. You guys can go find these just about anywhere. What's amazing about them is that you can see the color array from the front, but if you flip them over from the black, from the back, you can see through too, so no matter which way they're facing, you guys can kind of have access to what color you're looking for. Also, as you guys can see, they have these little pins here, so you can go in and mount them to a wall, but like I said, I didn't have a wall, so I couldn't do that. But if you guys have a nail polish collection, whether it's big or small, I really recommend these just because they are very, very durable, and because you can see through them, and acrylic is always just a good idea. So the way I actually store mine, this is the first one, and like I said, I just stack them on their sides, kind of like filing cabinets. But I try to organize mine by color. So the way that I personally do mine is first by brand and then by color. OPI and OPI by Sephora are the only ones that I'll buy. Otherwise, I would waste all my money. I do have a couple of drugstore back here that are like $1, because otherwise my life would not be functioning. But I kind of like to organize mine through color. And what I do is that on the first row, I keep everything for like a French manicure. Like the colors. And I really recommend that you guys do that, kind of color coordinate things just so that you know where everything is, and it's really easily reachable. For instance, I could just look at this one, I could say this is Happy Anniversary, and this one is Moon Over Mumbai, you know, because it's really all in one place. And if they have a spot, it's easier for you guys to know what you're looking at. Like this one is Lemonade Stand by Your Man. This one is from the Alice in Wonderland collection. This is Clubbing Till Sunrise, you know, really, really cute this one is. And then Over the Taupe, no, yes. So I feel like when you organize them by color, it's just a very, very easy way. And the way mine works is that I like to start at white, and then I go down to kind of like this mauve-y, brownish, pinkish color. So it kind of translates into brown. Browns kind of go to a little bit of golden, a little bit of yellow. This is Curry Up, Don't Be Late, which I love that one. Then it goes into a little bit of reds. This is more of like, or I'm sorry, oranges. Then this is a little bit more of like a melon color. Then we go into like another deep melon. These are like bright melon colors. We get into a little bit more mauve-y colors. We go down and then we start with our pinks. Oh my god, I love this one. This is like the brightest pink. If you guys are looking for the brightest pink ever, this is I'm India Mood for Love. Best color ever. So then from pinks we get into like some bright pinkish reds, and these are different than reds. Reds are here. These are like bright pink reds, and I didn't want to confuse them. And I really recommend if you guys have pink reds and red reds that you keep them separated, just so that you don't reach for a red and accidentally like get a pink, or reach for a pink and then accidentally get a red. So that way you know what you're getting yourselves into. And then it kind of goes into like a little bit of purple, a little bit more pink. There's a little bit of purple there. Purple, these don't go together, but purple just naturally is next to blue. This is an Alice in Wonderland one that's really pretty. But then we get into blue. Then there's a couple of really dark greens. But then this is kind of like some of the greens and really, really deep, deep, deep colors. Like this is a really deep purple or blue. That's a Russian navy. Then this is like another deep color. Up here are some of the really, really deep reds. As you guys can see, they're like barely red. They're super, super dark. Here's a little bit more of the dark reds, but they're not nearly as dark as these. And then we kind of get into the lighter reds very, very gently. Keys to My Karma is amazing, and so is the Thrill of Brazil, by the way, if you're looking for a red. Oh my gosh, or Big Apple Red is also an all-time favorite. But then we get into some really, really, really bright reds. They're turning up orange and pink. I swear to God, guys, these are bright red. And then this is kind of, again, a taupey color, but it's a little bit more red. It has like some undertones, and same with this one. So they go here. And these are top coats, and then this is like a shatter. So then this right here is where I start the OPI by Sephora line. And the way I do this is, again, kind of by color. This is a really pretty one. What's Your Poinsettia? This one's actually the one that's on my nails now. Chestnuts About You. It's that one in the very, very middle there. But that's kind of where that goes. And then over here in the very corner is kind of where the glitters are. I feel like these are just different, so I keep them separate. And I also kind of recommend that for you guys. Maybe this should go somewhere else. I don't really know because it's kind of a glitter but kind of not. I really recommend just keeping them separate so that you know what's a top coat and what's an actual color. So down here are a couple more of these Alice in Wonderland glitters. This is Mad as a Hatter, and it's limited edition, and I loved it so much. Do you guys see how brilliant that sparkles? That's what I keep down here. And then this is just a base coat. And I also recommend keeping this separate just because it's not like any of the others. This right here is a limited edition set, and so is this, and so is this. And I just keep them in their little sets because otherwise they're not individually marked. If they're not individually marked, then you guys won't know what they are. So I really recommend keeping them inside of the little boxes because A, you know what they are, and then B, if you find yourself not using them, they are amazing, amazing gifts. Up here are some of the minis that I actually took out. I probably should have kept them in the thing, but I took them out, and that's just kind of where they sit. Then this is where it kind of gets random. This is more the drugstore stuff. This is just a nail art deco pen. But right here, like the minis, this is kind of getting into like more decorative things. There's a couple of glitters right here, and I actually keep my pigments over here on another one of these that's just fastened to the back of this. But you can actually put MAC pigments into nail polishes too. So keep that in mind. But if you guys want to see a tutorial using glitter, I think that might be fun. But there's just some little nail art stuff back here. These are those little glue things that I use to stick on the nails. Right here, the nail tips, and this is what I use to stick them on. This is a cuticle cream, and I really recommend having something like this handy, because for me, if I kept it somewhere else, I would not remember to use it. But if you have it where all your other nail stuff is that you're always grabbing for, you're going to be reminded to use it, and I think that's right with anything. Like if you have an acne cream that you never use, keep it right next to your toothbrush to remind you to use it. This right here is like a little buffing thing. You know how people are always trying to sell you that $40 diamond thing? This one's only $5 and it's from Sephora, so a huge saving. And then right here is all of these nail art pens. These are all from the drugstore. They're the Kiss ones. And then these are only $1. $1. So it's kind of hard to go broke on those, but these are the nail pop arts from Jodina. You can get them online, but they're cheaper at Food Max. My grandma shops at Food Max, and when I go, I always see what they have. But these are just amazing to create these really fine details and stripes and polka dots. And you can also get a nail pen such as this. As you guys can see, it has a very, very delicate tip. That delicate tip can also help you create some really, really cute things. So then these are all the drugstore ones, and like I said, if they're $1, kind of hard to spend on. But I like to keep them organized by color, just so that when you're looking for something, you know where to go to grab it. And then they stay purple, and then going on, and then down here are top coats and nail treatments. Now, the only other tip that I have for you guys is how to rotate your polishes. You should never, ever keep your polishes on their sides like this, like if they were laying down in a drawer or something. You should never keep them that way. You should always keep them standing straight. What's great about these is that they have little beads in the bottom, so when you shake them, you hear that. You could sit here and shake them, but what I actually do is about once a month, I actually turn them over, which is why I am showing you this video now. It's because it's what I'm doing. And what I do, I just take them and I flip each and every single one of them over. Oopsies. And of course they don't want to stay because, you know, they're not meant to stand this way. But can you guys see how with the flat bottom here and with the back here, they really stand straight? What's great about that is that they will stay pretty stable. And this way, all the stuff that's at the bottom will go to the top. You guys see right here, that's not a good example. You guys see like right here how it's kind of separating? How you can kind of see the oils at the top and then everything else is really thick at the bottom. And you see kind of the gooey stuff at the top. When you shake it, you get rid of that. But if you put it upside down and if you let it sit upside down like that, you don't like that. That's not a good thing. If you let it sit upside down, then it'll naturally fix that problem. So what I like to do is every now and then just flip these completely upside down and let them sit for a couple days. That way when I go to flip them back over, whoopsies, again, do it very carefully. But that way when you go to flip them back over, all of the stuff inside is really taken care of. So that's how I store mine like this. You see this has not been flipped in a really long time. You see that separation? Now if I were to flip it like this, you can see it's already starting to morph. If you shake it, it does the same thing, but if you just sit it here like for a week or so, it'll naturally kind of go to the top, and when you flip it back over again, it'll be like you shook it for an hour, when really all you did was like switch it up. So now I'm going to show you how I store them over there and kind of how I pull them out. So when they're all put away in like their filing cabinet, this is how they're kept. And what's perfect about this is that you can just ever so simply pull this out. Now it's very hard to do with one hand, but if you guys get the idea that you simply just take it here and you pull it out. So you can pull out each shelf by itself. That's also why it's really important to have them color coordinated so that when you pull them out, you know what color is on each side. Also, these two are facing this way, like this is the opening right here on this side, so that way when you pull them out, like if I'm reaching for something really small, I can just go in and reach for it. And when I actually pull it out, I can reach everything, same with this. But now this one, the opening is on this side. And the reason why is because over here, you guys can see I can actually go through, because there's not like a wall here on the makeup table. So I can actually go through. These are some of my most reached for colors, and I did that specifically. So that way when I just go for a color, it's like my most reached for. I don't even have to take it out, I can just grab it. Also, if I did want to take this one out, I could just grab it here by the side. And you guys see how, I mean, it's easier with two hands, but do you see how that just kind of pulls out? It's just kind of like a little cabinet that just comes in and out. Also, again, here are like pigments that kind of go with this. I keep it on the outside because there wasn't room on the inside and it just makes sense. But this is great for nail deco too. So don't just let nail polishes be your medium. Use any kind of makeup that you have and experiment how it works on your nails. But if you guys have an option like this, if you can't hang it on a wall or something, it's a really good idea just to kind of keep them stacked like this and kind of supportive of one another. So that way you can still reach them and they're still organized and clean. So I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope that you now know that you really do have to rotate your polishes, and hopefully I gave you an easy way to do it so you don't sit here shaking forever. But that's just what I do. That's what helps for me, and I really hope that you guys found this video educational and informative. So let me know if you guys have tips or tricks to storing your nail polishes, or if you guys know of a certain way to store them that I didn't touch on. Or maybe, you know something about shaking them that I don't know, or just all your fun nail tips and tricks that you guys have. Or, I like to use pigments with my nail stuff. Is there another nail product or another product that's not for nails that you like to use for nails? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your tips and tricks, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye! So that's all, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you found it educational, and this is just my way of doing it. If you guys have another way, please post down in the comments so that we can all kind of, get together and understand things better. I'll try to link to you guys where I got my acrylic holders from. But again, if you guys know of a different way or a better way, also when you tip them upside down, they're not super steady. I don't think it's like the best way, but I don't want to sit there and shake them all day. So if you guys have a better alternative for that, or a way to rotate them so they don't get all chunky and stuff, let me know. Also, I've heard of people using egg cartons instead of the acrylic holders. Some people put them on the wall. Mine is in a semi-dark place. Some people keep them in like a closet. Let me know what you guys do, and if you have a video, post a video response and show me how you store yours. So I'm open to all tips and suggestions. I can't wait to talk to you all in the comments. And other than the comments, I look very, very forward to seeing you all in the next video. Love you guys so much. Bye.